I just want to give you some stats. In Afghanistan, the United States lost 2,300 U.S. personnel, and more than 20,000 were wounded. In Iraq, 4,419 dead, about 32,000 wounded. So that's a lot of folks. And that directly is in play right now. There's a book I want you to bring your attention to. It's called Tragedy to Tribute. One father's grief fuels a passionate journey to change the mindset of a nation. The book is written by George Lutz, who lost his son Tony, who was a corporal in the Army, to a sniper's bullet in Fallujah, Iraq. Mr. Lutz joins us now from Norfolk. Change the mindset of a nation. How? What do you want to do?
Sure. Bill, thank you for the opportunity to share with you. Change the mindset of a nation. It comes down to apathy, really. You know, when my son was killed, and you mentioned all the stats of those, you know, my son was early on in 2005. You know, I realized that as I went out and I started to talking to individuals, to families, to veterans, to just the regular community, most people didn't care. They didn't understand, you know, what it meant to have this military loss. And that kind of put me in a quandary, because when I got that knock on the door and those 5 words spoken to me, "We regret to inform you," you know, it rocked my world. And I thought to myself, what am I going to do? How am I going to react? How do I grieve through this? Because nobody wants to lose their child. Nobody wants to lose their loved one. And so I began this search of how America remembers. What do we do? What do we say? You know, what emblems do we have? You know, how do we communicate as a nation that loss that is should be so precious to everyone? And, you know, I found very little. I found that we focus a lot on the active duty and the veterans and the wounded, and we absolutely should. But we kind of left behind those that gave their lives, right? Those that made that ultimate sacrifice and what it came down to. And so what I realized even beyond that was there was this whole plethora, Bill, of families that were still here with us, right? Grieving. Their loved one was gone. But these family members were all wondering, hey, did anybody care? Does anybody remember? How do they show us that they remember? And I thought, well, the best gift that I could give these Gold Star families was to create a symbol, a national emblem by which we all could show our appreciation, right? And you're saying that that the Secretary of War has finally got together, you know, a group, a coalition to talk about Gold Star families. Well, those Gold Star families have been dying for generations, right? And so the horse is out of the barn in a sense.
All right, there's a flag that symbolizes that Americans do care about those who lost their lives defending this country or in active military service. Is that the flag behind you? You have
the Honor and Remember flag. It's now, on the cover of the book.
Okay. Do you want people to buy the flag, or I have a flag, exact same thing, Mr. Lutz, in World War I. You know, I'm a collector of history, and I have a flag that when it was displayed, this was to honor the fallen U.S. soldiers in World War I. Is that what this is? You want people to acquire this?
A national symbol of remembrance, Bill. This is what my mission has been for the last going on 17 years, a national symbol of remembrance.
Okay. But I want to get into the realistic nuts and bolts of this. I mean, nobody's going to argue with your campaign. It's certainly noble. But there is an MIA POW flag that flies around the country underneath the American flag. You've seen it. It's all over the place, right?
Absolutely,
and that's to remind people about the horror of Vietnam, that all the Americans that were involved have not been accounted for. Is that what you want this flag to be? Maybe fly underneath the American flag and the POW flag?
Absolutely. I'm actually aligned with the MIA POW movement. You know, those MIA families are KIA. They deserve to be recognized as fallen heroes. So yes, my goal is to have the Honor Remember flag fly in concert. To me, it completes a circle of tribute, right? Our American flag, our U.S. history, our unity, the POW flag recognizes those that were missing or captured. There are no more captured, but are now missing and need to be accounted for. But then the tens of thousands and millions of those that never got to come home and be a veteran and live their lives and raise their family, the Honor and Remember flag would be that beacon for all of Americans to be able to appreciate the sacrifice that we live under every day.
Cold and flu season coming on up. We all know it. And it really is nothing to take lightly. So when people start getting sick all across the country, medications disappear. Everybody wants it at the same time. So it's very, very smart to have a pharmacy you can count on, like All Family Pharmacy. Right now, they're helping Americans get ahead of the curve with 10% off antibiotics, antivirals, other essentials. You know how important it is to have the right meds when you get sick, particularly when your kids get sick. You don't want to be going into the doctor's office, spending all the time. You want to have them at your home. So if you have a few months' supply, you don't have to worry. And that's what we're doing here. If you believe in medical freedom, okay, and taking care of your family, as I do, this is the pharmacy for you. Please go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Bill. Use code BILL10 to save 10%. How can people acquire the flag? What can they do to get in touch with you?
Sure, absolutely. Well, the book tells that 20-year story of how we've got here. We have legislation in Congress right now, Bill, H.R. 1363, which would make the Honor and Remember flag an official U.S. national symbol of remembrance. We have flags can be purchased anywhere online, on Amazon. We do have a website, honorandremember.org, that people can go to and find out about it.
Right.
The book also, as I say, lays out the story. What you do need to know is that 29 states have already officially legislated this flag as their state symbol of remembrance.
Very good.
We're already over half the country, but we need those more states and the country to say, and they've started to today apparently, to say that when we say the words "you will not be forgotten," that they really mean it.
Yeah, back it up with something.
Way.
Okay, so honorandremembrance.org, honorandremembrance.org. Your book is Tragedy to Tribute, One Father's Grief Fuels a Passionate Journey to Change the Mindset of a Nation. And then there's legislation pending in the House. We can't imagine anybody opposing it. So it's just a matter of getting these people to get it to the floor to vote. So just do me a favor, Mr. Lutz, keep me apprised of the legislation. We'll give you some help to push it through. And we respect your crusade very much. It is needed in this country. There's no doubt about it. And certainly your son, Tony, died a hero. If we can ever do anything for your family, you let us know, okay?
Thank you. Can I leave you with a thought?
Sure.
You may not remember this, but in 2008, in October, and I put this in the book, by the way, you were gracious enough to give us 23 seconds on the air, on your Fox News program through my friend Dennis Miller. And that 23 seconds, Bill, back 17 years ago, launched this mission to the capacity of where it is today.
And we might mention, but I don't deserve the credit. Miller does, because Miller wrote the foreword in your book.
He did.
And he has been a stalwart in your organization and others. And people don't know that. And Miller's retired now. He's living large in California, but he's still very involved. And thank you for reminding me. I hate to say anything good about Miller, it's but boy, oh boy, is he a patriot. And
Yes.
And thank you for that, Mr. Lutz. We really appreciate it. So we'll talk again, and we want everybody to go to get a flag and to help you as much as they can. Thank you.